Graduate Roosevelt Island.
Thank you all. Again, I'm Bill Cotillo. I'm the General Manager of the Graduate Roosevelt Island. It's my pleasure to welcome you. Again, I'm Bill Cotillo, General Manager for Graduate Roosevelt Island. It's my pleasure to welcome all of you today to this beautiful property. We gathered to celebrate today the opening of the hotel. It's the first hotel to open on this special island, and a moment of prominent excitement for the future of New York City as a whole. It's such a pleasure to gather with all of you and commemorate this incredible project in the future ahead. Today was a long time coming. Some of us have joined for this final stretch to bring the hotel to the market, while many of you have perhaps lived here on the island for decades, or have been involved with Cornell Tech since its inception. We appreciate your passion and your dedication, and we feel so lucky to be opening our doors here amidst such a dynamic community, rich history and tradition. We have an inspiring future ahead, all with indisputably the best backdrop we can imagine. Each Graduate Hotel's property is anchored in celebrating the community is located within. This hotel is no different. From our decor, which nods to all sorts of island stories, some big and some small, to our exciting food and beverage offerings and the activations that will bring the hotel to life. We hope you will continue to stop by and visit, and we look forward to getting to know all of you here at Graduate Roosevelt Island, and thank you again for joining us today. I'd like to introduce our food and beverage partner from Call Mom, Med Abros.
Hey guys, welcome. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming out. We got blessed with some great weather, and we're extraordinarily happy to be here. It is a true honor and a privilege to stand here on this historic day. The first hotel on Roosevelt Island, and we're here. I'd like to thank our long-standing partners, Graduate Hotels, AJ Capital, where Call Mom, our company, operates all the food and beverage concepts for their hotels in Seattle, Nashville, and now in our hometown here at the Graduate Roosevelt Island. I'd also like to thank Cornell Tech, Highgate, the District 5 City Council, Roosevelt Island Operating Commission, Roosevelt Island Committee of Community Board 8, and last but not least, the wonderful people of Roosevelt Island for welcoming us to this dynamic community. As a proud, born and raised New Yorker, this opportunity was so unique in so many ways. From staring out at a sliver of an island as a child, and to standing here with you has just been completely surreal. The idea of redefining the landscape of New York City by giving people another great reason to check out this beautiful island is completely insane and is terribly exciting for us. To be part of a project that has the potential to expand the borders of people's consciousness of what the city is absolutely incredible. As we emerge from these dark times experienced throughout the world, we find ourselves more energized than ever to build bridges to the future. And this project in so many ways is about the future. From cutting-edge sustainability practices to dreaming up technological advances that can help change the world, you can't help but to think that this is a special time. For us, this hotel represents a rebirth, a beacon, and a homecoming. Standing on the steps of what I like to think of the front door of the campus, it reminds me of why we love hospitality. Welcoming people for the first time, whether they live on the island, work or study on campus, or are traveling to discover a new destination, the feeling is always the same, like you're stepping into our home. Providing nourishment, meaningful connection, and hopefully a lot of laughs is what we strive for. It's a place to gather, a place to celebrate, a place to eat and be merry. Whether it be in our restaurant, anything at all, or a spectacular rooftop, the Panorama Room, we look forward to hosting you. We're inspired to be part of creating a new future alongside our incredible team, and it takes an army to get this off the ground, so I thank them very much. And alongside Cornell Tech, Roosevelt Island, and New York City at large, this is truly a new New York story, a new perspective, and a new beginning. Thank you guys so much, and we can't wait to have you.
Thank you, Med. Next, please allow me to introduce New York City District 5 Council Member Ben Kalos.
Good morning. One more time for those who aren't used to me yet. Good morning. That's more like it. I want to start with a huge thank you to Bill Cotillo for getting this hotel open very soon. Let's give him a round of applause. Our Assembly Member Rebecca Seawright, our partner in government here. She's literally on the way, America's Congressmember Carolyn Maloney. Shelton Hayes, President of REAC. The Dean here at Cornell Tech, Greg Morrison. And I'm Council Member Ben Kalos, and I have the privilege of representing Roosevelt Island. And we thought we had everything here on Roosevelt Island. And I think that until this moment and right now, we might be on grounds to rival Disney World. Now don't get me wrong here. So Roosevelt Island has something called AVAC, where we actually use vacuum tubes for our trash. The only other place that has it is Disney World. So 1 for 1 with Disney World. The next piece is Disney World has trams. We've got a tram. If you want to go to Disney World, you've got to take the ferry there. We've got a ferry now. And the last piece is they have a monorail, but we have a subway, and I'll take the New York City subway over the monorail any day. And so Disney, believe it or not, has a university. A lot of the kids working at Disney are actually getting college credit, but we've got Cornell Tech. I'll take that over Disney University any day. And the one thing we've been missing is a mascot. Disney has a mouse that's like 100 years old. There's some copyright things I've gotten really grumpy about. I'm a lawyer. But we've got Flyboy now at the Graduate. And last but not least, Disney has the Grand Floridian, which is older than I am, but we've got the new Graduate Hotel right here on Roosevelt Island. And I'm just saying, as perhaps the best cheerleader for Roosevelt Island that I can be, that Roosevelt Island is becoming a destination, and the thing that was missing on this island was a hotel. And let me just share why. In 2011, 2012, I was a long shot candidate, and Lynn Strong-Shinozaki said, "Can you come to my house? I'll host a fundraiser for you." And I was like, well, Lynn, there's a hurricane. Maybe we should reschedule. And she was like, absolutely not. We're going to have a hurricane party. And I was like, Lynn, how am I going to get off the island? And she said, don't worry. The tram operates at 80-mile-an-hour winds. Because who wants to be in a tram in 80 miles an hour winds? But I showed up, and it would have been really nice to know that if nothing else worked, I had a hotel to stay in instead of Lynn's couch. Moral of the story is she actually gotten threatened, said don't host a fundraiser for Ben Kalos, and just don't threaten Lynn. It's just not going to go your way. But what I'll just say is this hotel is going to be an incredible asset for Cornell Tech. We've got the conference center that will be opening soon, later this summer. And as part of any conference, you know that you're going to want to have accommodations so that people can live and breathe it. And whether it's the graduate students or the professors or attracting top talent from all over the world, having this little ecosystem is going to be absolutely amazing. There's nowhere to stay on Roosevelt Island unless you can hop on somebody's couch. I even hopped on Airbnb this morning, and there's only 3 units on Roosevelt Island, so not much competition. That's the good news. We're going to have 220 hotel rooms, which is going to be absolutely great. And last but not least, it's about a 8-minute ride I think it's 8 minutes by ferry to the Upper East Side. It's about 8 minutes by tram. And one of the things 4 minutes. I've been corrected you learn something new from the dean every time you're here. But right across, you can actually see Rockefeller University, Cornell Medical, New York Presbyterian, and people are reaching out to my office every day saying, I have a sick family member, and I've come to your district because it has the best treatments in the world. Where can me and my family stay? And now we have a new option. This is going to help save lives. It's going to help change the world. I'm so glad to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Kalos. Next, it's my pleasure to introduce Congresswoman Carolyn Maloney. So next up will be District 76 Assembly Member Rebecca Seawright.
Thank you and good morning. It's great to be here. I remember going up in a construction elevator when this was first being built, and we got to the top and we wondered, was it going to stop? It looked like we were just going to go on into the sky. So it's very exciting to join you this morning. I'm happy to be here with all of you to celebrate this moment, the opening of the Graduate Roosevelt Island Hotel. Congratulations to General Manager Bill Satullo. I can't wait to see your rooms and hear further about the hotel and the rooftop garden and bar. I can't wait to go up there. I want to congratulate Meda Bruce of Call Mom. I'll have to come back and try a meal here. And I'm hopeful that soon we'll be hearing in person about all the conferences that your great Dean of Cornell, Dean Morrison, will be hosting here on the campus. I want to thank all of the press. I see you have Eyewitness News here today, as well as David Stone and Rick O'Connor, your local press. And I want to thank Community Board Aid. I see Lynn Shinazaki and Sharon Pope here, and Matthew Katz and Sherry Hillstein, and the Historical Society, Judy Birdie, and Rosanna Cerruti, and all of the local wonderful, wonderful people that make Roosevelt Island so special. I'm happy to join you today, and congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Assemblymember Seawright. Next up is Shelton Haynes, the President and CEO of REOC.
Good morning. My name is Shelton Haynes. I'm the President and CEO of the Roosevelt Island Operating Corporation. It's my honor and privilege to be here today in this special occasion. Roosevelt Island has so many treasures to be noted. We have the iconic tram, the historic Blackwell House, the smallpox ruined hospital, as well as the Franklin D. Roosevelt Fort Phoenix Park, to name a few. We now can stake our claim of saying we have our first hotel here on the island, the Graduate Hotel. The Graduate Hotel is breathtaking. Upon my first visit, I noticed the interior design that was so special care and really captured the essence of Roosevelt Island. I'm told it meets Judy Birdie's satisfaction, so that's a big win for everyone. I can recall on my tour going to the rooftop bar and taking in all the breathtaking views. I remember leaving the tour thinking, wow, they really got it right. We at REOC offer our congratulations and our partnership anyway to the Graduate Hotel. We're very, very welcoming to this unbelievable opportunity. We're really excited for this initiative. Thank you.
Thank you, Shelton. Next up, we have the Dean of Cornell Tech, Greg Morrison.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to see this opening. I've watched the construction of this hotel, this magnificent hotel, for the past 2 years as my wife Tanya and I have lived here, right here on the island. Cornell Tech, which grew out of the Applied Sciences and Engineering competition run by the Economic Development Corporation almost a decade ago, is focused on tech research and education. And in partnership with our colleagues at the Technion, we're focused on building tech and tech ecosystems here in New York City that are cutting edge, but also equitable and sustainable. Graduate joins the Verizon Executive Education Center to complete phase 1 of our campus. It makes it possible, as someone said, to host conferences, visitors, other academics, meetings with industry, and a broader range of community events that we can host right here on the campus. I love this hotel and the references it makes to Roosevelt Island's history. Thank you, Judy. Like Nellie Bly, the references to Franklin and Eleanor Roosevelt. And the spirit of tech from the books here in the lobby. They're all technical books. I love that aspect of it. To the Hebrew Brantley sculpture of Flyboy that really captures somehow the spirit and the imagination of our students and the faculty here. So welcome to our Graduate Hotel friends. Congratulations. We look forward to working with you and to bring in a whole host of visitors to Roosevelt Island. Thank you.
Thank you, Greg. And now, Congresswoman Carolyn Maloney.
Thank you, William. Thank you so much for being here, for introducing me, and really bringing this wonderful project here of graduate hotels. We have roughly 40 of them in the city of New York, but I'm sure this one's going to be the absolute very best, continuing in the great tradition of Cornell Tech, really reaching to the stars and going beyond. I've always loved working on Cornell Tech from the day that they announced their idea of innovation, the next new world, of bringing some of the greatest minds together to work on tech. And I would say working with the community. Roughly 10 years ago, we had an RFP that went out on who would come and create a graduate center for technology for the future. And from the beginning, Cornell Tech won. So many people came in with ideas that built their offices and schools right up to the water, so that the public couldn't even use the water. From their very beginning, they had a plan that included people, that included Roosevelt Island residents and the city at large. And this inclusion and beauty that they made of this island, of this tech campus, of including people, is one of the reasons why Roosevelt Island is becoming one of the major destination sites, along with the wonderful Four Freedoms Park, which is going to be on the historical national record soon, because I'm working to make that happen too. But I've got to say that it speaks to what's the best about New York. Innovation, aspiration, reaching for greater goals to help people. That's what Cornell Tech has done. And this new, I guess it's a hotel, I haven't seen it yet, I can't wait to see it. This new hotel is going to make visiting the island easier for our scientists, for our students, for their families, and for anyone else who wants to come and enjoy this beautiful island. I want to say congratulations to everyone who has been part of this magnificent goal. This is, every time I come for another Cornell Tech thing, it's something very fabulous, very special, and improves the quality of life and the aspiration and goals of Cornell Tech, which moves us to a better future. Thank you so much for having me here. I'm so happy I'm here and not in Washington. Thank you so much.
So once again, we're thrilled that all of you are here to join us. At this time, we're going to start the ribbon cutting, and when that is completed, We'll have refreshments here on the side on the patio, and then we'll offer up tours for anyone who's interested to tour the hotel today. Thank you.